Welcome to the class this evening. Lovely, lovely hot day that we've had today. So welcome along to the class. We're just going to get into the exercises and I'll explain stuff as we go. So first of all, let's have our feet underneath our hips so that your ankles, knees and hips are in a straight line. Your shoulders stay down away from your ears and your hands come onto your lower abdominals. So take a breath in through your nose and then out through the mouth. And when you breathe out, you feel the stomach moving in towards your spine. Go again in through the nose and sighing out. Keep the shoulders dropped. Hands come a bit higher. Breathing in through the nose and sighing out. Go for one more like that. Breath in and sighing out. The arms come down. I might come back so you can see more of the body as we do these exercises. So inhale, lift up, and then exhale, arms come to the side. Inhale, arms shift forward, and then exhale to the side. Inhale, arms rise up, and then exhale, bring the arms straight down in front. Come up onto the balls of the feet, we stay lifted, and then arms come to the side. Inhale, come forward, and then exhale out to the side. Inhale, we rise on up, and then we're going to bend the knees, arms are coming down, your heels are staying lifted, your knees come forward facing, stay off the heels, just the arms. Inhale, rise up, and then exhale out to the side. Inhale, arms shift forward, and then sighing out to the side. Inhale, arms lift up, and then exhale, bend down a little bit deeper as your arms come down. Let's go again, just the arms, legs stay low. Exhale out to the side. Inhale, coming forward with the arms. Now we're going to do 3 different tree poses, and we're going to repeat those tree poses again at the end. 2 of them are quite challenging. One is our normal one. Come down a little bit deeper. We're just going to do one more and then we'll get into those tree poses. Of course, we'll also get into our lockdown balance at the end, not at the start. Inhale forward, exhaling out to the side. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale, arms lift, and then down that last time. So come on up, lower the heels down, and let's get into those 3 variations of the tree pose. So the first one obviously is our right foot in. Usually start with this foot up. Doesn't matter. We're going to still do both sides. So listen, the arms are in a bit of a V. And what we're going to do, we're going to lift off our heel. So you're going to try and come up and not let your heel touch down. It's a challenge. You just sort of got to find that point that's not too high so that you can stay there. A few more breaths. Shoulders stay relaxed. Definitely not easy. And lower it down, bring the arms down. We'll switch to the other side. So digging the heel in, arms are in a V, and then shoulders staying relaxed, we lift off. Somebody's written something. I'll come and have a look what it says in a moment. I'm a bit far away from the screen. It doesn't look like anybody's signal that I know, so maybe someone's news written to me. In which case, welcome along. Oh, no, I think it's you, Grace. Oh, no, it's Val. Oh, I can't tell. It looks like your Val signal. 4 more breaths. 2 more. All right, so bring the heel down, bring the arms down, and now we're going to switch again. We're going to change the arms up. We're going to change the tree into something else. So now the arms are narrow. They're not in a V, but they're not touching. And then we're going to tip yourselves over towards the right side as your hip goes over towards the left. Keep on spreading your toes. As you breathe out, tummy moves in. 4 more breaths. Pushing out, working in through the waist. Come on up, bring the arms down, and don't you worry if it is you, Val. I'm not going to work the arms too much today. Switch to the other side. Not that I have anything planned yet, but I'm definitely not going to do it now. So if you have anything you want, just write to me quickly and I'll think about it and I'll do any exercises you want. So move your hips over towards the left, the right, as you're moving your body towards the left. Keep pushing the knee out. Separate the toes. Now I've just got to tell you all that now on a Wednesday morning I'm going to be teaching at Baldwin. So I won't be teaching the Wednesday morning live stream anymore. Obviously the Monday you guys know I'm not teaching because I'm at Doncaster. Come on. And Saturday mornings, if you want to join me for something live, let's change and do our normal tree now. come to Timber Ridge Reserve at 9 a.m. Bring your mat, bring your $10, and I'll be happy, and you can be happy and sing. No, just relax. Arms are up. So if you're interested, Timber Ridge Reserve, 9 a.m. every Saturday, and we're going to look. It's a reserve. It's an oval, so you need to bring your own mat. And if it's bad, the weather, there's an undercover part, so we can still train. And it's in between Timber Ridge and Anthony Avenue, so you can park on either side. But if you enter through Anthony Avenue, that's good. And if you've got kids, there's a play area, so bring your husbands or your wives, let them look after your kids as you come and train with me. A few more breaths. So that's starting from this Saturday. And just to let you know, this Friday, just for this Friday, I'm changing the class to 9 a.m. Bring the arms down, change sides, because I messed up my first aid course. I went to the wrong venue, so I didn't get to complete it on Saturday, so I've got to do it on Friday. Yes, I did make a boo-boo. I went to the wrong fitness first. There's 2 of them in Richmond, which I didn't know. So that's the reason I have to make the class a little bit earlier, because the first aid course is at 10:30. So if I start at 9, I'll be able to finish by 9:45, drop my little one off at my mum's, and then head off. So yes, I'll mention that again tomorrow in the evening stretch class, because I will be here for that. A few more breaths. So this tree pose now feels easy in comparison, right? And now I've got all of that out of the way. If you have any questions, send them through to me. Bring your arms down. Let's release that foot. I'm going to move myself forward. And you haven't got anything you're requesting now, so I'll just do things that are working around your arms, don't you worry. So let's come down, and we're going to actually start on our back. Hope you're all well out there tonight. It was nice getting back to the gym yesterday. We did have to train with our masks on, which made it challenging. So if you're joining in the park, you won't have to have your mask on. I'm happy for you to have it off. But I did tell the class yesterday you could have it just down over your nose. It was pretty warm. So listen team, we're going to have our hands behind the head. We're going to go for 3 rounds, basic abdominal strengtheners without a break. So chin tucks in, you're looking at your tummy, you're seeing that it moves down as you rise up. So breath to prepare, exhale, lift. So inhale, bring it back, exhale, lift it up. So you're coming to the point that's called the sticking point. Okay, so I just want to give you a quick clarification. The classes that I'll still be doing online here. Tuesday morning is the Spanish version. Tuesday night, English. Wednesday night, English. And then the Friday morning, English. So I've just got the 4 classes now. And I've got a few classes at gyms, and then that one class that I'll do in the park. So hopefully that's a nice balance for everybody. We all get what we want. Bit of interaction, good workout. Do 2 more, and then we're going to make this a little bit smaller. We will break each one up with some boat poses so your neck gets a break. The abs won't have a rest. So come up as you exhale, halfway back, and then we rise again. So just to the halfway back point. See the stomach move down as you lift up. The girls were meant to have a play date after school today, but the person that we were having the date with had to cut it short. So I decided to spoil them and fill up the little shell that we have in the patio with water. Gosh, they had a ball, but they only got out like 20 minutes ago. So they're upstairs now having a bit of a wash. Summer, water, they go hand in hand, even though we're short of water in this country. Remember as a kid, a sprinkler, running through the sprinkler. Oh, those sliding, I don't remember what they call slip and slide. They were fun. So we're just doing those halfway ones. Soon we'll get to the centimetre ones. So Val, I hope you told the ladies, and I hope you guys will join me on Saturday. 2 more. I rang and left a message from Margot and Philip, so hopefully they'll know too. So come up, exhale, centimetre back. And I thank you for your idea, because I think it's a good one. It's good to get out and do it in person again. I was feeling apprehensive about going back to the gym, but once I was there, it felt nice. It was like, home. 4 more. When I used to work at Aquarina back in the day, you two used to be a member there, I used to also work out there a lot. And it felt like a second home. I suppose it doesn't feel so much like a second home. It feels like a great workplace, but it doesn't feel like a second home because I don't train there. I just work there. 2 more. So hold this one up, bring the arms forward, keep your shoulders relaxed, and very slowly going to peel ourselves up. Straight legs is your option. Using your elbow to assist is also an option. So we're sitting tall at the top, shoulders stay relaxed, come back halfway, and all we're going to do is move the legs away, and we're going for toe and then heel. Yeah, just like that. But the movement, see, it comes from the hips. Toe. So this is giving your neck a break. You can feel those abs are not getting any release. That's exactly what I want to achieve. 4 more. 2 more like that. And stop back at the heels. And then really slowly let's roll back. Yeah. You can take the legs straight and do it with control. You might need 2 breaths to get you down, but don't come down all the way. Head and shoulders are lifted, ready for round 2. Breath in, rise on up. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lift it up. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm in my first 3:15 class. I've never taught a class at that time slot before. I remember when I worked at Aquarina, I did some teenage classes for a while. So I think the kids came straight from school. It might have been a 4 or 4:30 class. But 3:15 is a very strange time slot, so I don't know how it will go if people will be coming. Yesterday was full as you can be with a 10 and then people on the wait list. So it was nice to have everybody show up. See the stomach move down. And I'll be curious to see tomorrow at Baldwin what it will be, because Baldwin's an older clientele. So I'll be curious to see if it draws in the younger people or it will still be the older people coming. There was only one person a bit older in my class yesterday, the rest were young ones. Come up, team, exhale, and then halfway back, and then lift again. Not that young, to be honest, like my age, some younger, and a couple in probably 60s or 70s. So yeah, then there was a mix. So we're just doing halfway back. But hey, how good is it? Double zeros again today, 11 days straight. Got to be proud here in Victoria. Daniel Andrews did the right thing by us. And thank God we're going into summer and not winter. 2 more. So middle one. So come up and then centimetre back. Tiny lift and lower. And I hope you guys all had a great time at Ruffy, by the way. It was very strange. As soon as I got there on the morning, I saw this most beautiful Italian greyhound. And I'm like, I want your dog, to the lady. And she's like, oh, he's a handful. And I said, he's actually gorgeous. And she's like, do you think so? And I said, yeah, he's beautiful. Like, she obviously doesn't think that breed is beautiful. So why'd you get this breed then? And she goes, oh, my kids wanted it. His name was Tito. He was beautiful. Hold this one up and really active and playful. Bring the arms forward. Breath in, and we're going to roll up again. And then I take the kids to the park before I met my brother for the walk that we do. Come back halfway, stop there. Now we're going to bring the legs out wider, hip width distance, and then again toe and heel. And then I saw another Italian greyhound, and it looked very similar to Tito, but it wasn't Tito. And so I ran up to it, because I am a dog lover. And I'm like, what are you doing? You look exactly like Tito. And the owner said, where's the other one? And I said, I don't know. And he goes, which way did it go? And I said, I'm not sure. And he goes, well, there's an Italian greyhound meet that everybody that has an Italian greyhound meets here at 10 o'clock to go for a walk. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like one of my favorite breeds of dogs, but no one else showed up. So he must have thought that the Tito was part of the group, but it wasn't. So he ended up walking off by himself. A few more. There's not that many Italian greyhounds to have a club, I would think. When I was growing up, there was this club of Rottweilers in front of my mum's house. I think it was every Tuesday night I used to sneak over and play with the dogs. Loved them. Okay, so stop here. Bring the legs in together, bring the arms back out, and very slowly coming down to get into round 3. Really slow. hands behind the head. Let's go, roll on up. So we're not giving our belly any break, but you feel this is all in the upper belly, right? So of course we need to do some work for the lower. That's coming. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. If you don't know what an Italian greyhound looks like, you picture a greyhound, big. Then there's the whippet, that's like smaller, medium. And then the Italian greyhound is even smaller again. They're all exactly like similar looking. They've got those beautiful faces, just so delicate, and they're very, very fine, fragile looking. Like they can snap, but gee, they're fast. They just whip around. My neighbour had a whippet when I was growing up. I think I might have mentioned him. His name was Toby. He was adorable, but he was very scared initially. Do two more. He was a rescue. They were cat people. They weren't dog people. They didn't know how to be with dogs. We're dog people. Come on up, exhale. Halfway back. So we used to have a hole in the fence that led from our house to their house. Mind you, I was in primary school, so don't judge me on this, but I used to creep through because it was summer holidays and they'd all be out at work. I don't know where the kids were. And I'd get Toby, who'd be cowering in his kennel, like who the hell is this kid? And I'd take him back over to my house. And we had our own dog, but we'd play. And then every day I'd do that. And he just became my best friend, really. He was just beautiful and he loved me. And as he was getting older, he used to come and knock on the door. And I'd open my door and he'd come in and sleep in my bed. He was just adorable. Toby the Whippet. A few more. So we're going to go for those little ones, team. So come on up and then just a centimetre back. Someone went away. They didn't like my story. Too much talk about dogs, or maybe they're hurting their tummy. They're like, that's enough. Keep it going, team. Just go for 4 more and then we're going to roll up and do one last level with our boat poses to really attack those deep core abs, and then we're going to get into the lower belly. So hold this one up, bring the arms forward, keep your shoulders relaxed, peel. Straight leg's your option. Sit tall, shoulders relaxed. Bring your arms back. I know you're still all down because you're not a cat person, I know, but maybe you're a dog person. Shoulders relaxed. So your legs are even wider now. So we're going for toe and then heel. Toe. And then here, Rhiannon, if you're there, I'm not going to sign off as quick as I did last week in case you do write something, and I'll see it this time because I did email you. I don't know if you got it, but I'm sorry. I logged off so quick last time I didn't see what you had written. I just saw your name pop up as I was pressing the X and it disappeared, so my apologies. A few more. Deep belly burn. One more. All right, bring the legs in. Arms go out. This time when you go down, you can go all the way back because we've done our 3 rounds. Oh. Arms and legs away. Have a really well-deserved break. As you can see, I've got the doors open in the laundry and the bathroom because when it's summer or when we don't have the heating on, they don't need to have all those doors shut. But you can hear probably upstairs, I have the aircon going because upstairs gets pretty hot like a sauna. So we've got both legs up and we have a flexed foot. Now we're going to push both legs away, open them out, close them, and then bring them back in. So inhale, push away. We did do this morning. Close, and then bring it in. So this is for the lower belly. Super strong. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in to close, out to bring it back in. Just 4 more. These are part of my shorts. It's not my undies, in case you're thinking I'm flashing you guys. I'm not. It's the shorts that have inbuilt. 2 more. Last one. Okay, good job. Bring it in and just have a quick circle of your knees because we're not done with lower abs, but I do want you to get a bit of a rest. And so then circles the other way. So back up to the 90-degree, back, flexing the foot. We're going to just unhinge from the hip, keeping the knee angle, keeping everything still basically in the lower half, like that. Inhale, bring it up, and then exhale, come down. Now, if you feel this is too intense, if your back is lifting, you can do one leg at a time, lowering. But everything has to stay really still. Just the hip is moving you down. A few more. Now listen, we're going to lower our knees down to one side and we're going to just lift our head and shoulders and we're kind of turning towards the hip and not towards the knees. So you're holding on probably with the same hand of the knees that have gone that direction and then lift up. Exhale as you rise. So I'm just giving the lower belly just a tiny break because it can be quite intense for the back. So I don't want us to injure ourselves. We will come back to some lower belly shortly. In fact, we're going to come back to it before we go with our knees to the other side. So this is just like an interval. Four more. All right, so rest the head, bring the legs back up into the center, 90-degree angle again, flexed foot again, and what's going to happen is your legs are going to move away from each other on an angle. Then they come back in. Move away on an angle. Try not to let the knees creep in towards your chest. Keep them away. Yes, in case you're wondering what the gym process is, they do a temperature check of everybody that comes in, including, instructors. They check your name off, as well as I check my name off as well. They don't let people come in until people have left. So it is very much keeping the numbers there. I think that they register you of some way, not just checking the name off like some electronic method, but because I don't have a phone, I don't do that. And yeah, if there's spaces on the floor, marked dots that everybody keeps. So that's good. Now we're going to do some running legs, team. So bring the legs in, angle them away, keep the flexed foot, and just jog. Slow breath still. Don't let the knees come in too close. You're going to feel it already. And stop. Bring the legs down to the side again. Let's bring our underarm to hold and support. Crunch up to the hip. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, lift it up. The reason I chose 9 o'clock for that live in the park class is because the sun's pretty strong at this time of year. So if people come and you just say to me, you want to even do it at 8:30, I'm happy to make it earlier. But for this, at this stage, for the next few weeks, just until we see how the numbers go, 9 o'clock. So again, this is another interval. Then we're just going to do one more lot of lower belly exercises. Then we're going to just do some planks. That will be the end of the ab sequence. And then we'll get into some back exercises. So the planks is the only thing that's going to put pressure on your arms, but we won't be doing a whole heap, okay? 4 more. Remember tomorrow evening, stretch. I've done 2 classes prior to that, so I'll be looking forward to a nice stretch. So make sure you do some cardio or do something else beforehand, and then you'll look forward to it too. 1 more. Okay, so come back into the center, bringing those legs back up. This time we've got a pointed toe, so a little bit different. And we're going to take our knees apart and then just move your knees away. And the only thing you're doing is extending your legs up at the knee and then bringing the toes together. Extend up and then toes together. Last 2, then we're now going to keep the legs up. Just do 1 more complete one. And then take the legs up and then bring the legs together and angle them down. Stay there. I don't actually have the light on in the room today just because I didn't want to add any more heat into the house. But hopefully it's okay. Hopefully you can see everything. Well, it's pretty light outside. As you're breathing out, tummy moves down. And that's it, bring the knees in, roll yourselves up. Let's get into a couple of planks and then we'll get into some back exercises. Nice, strong belly exercises for nearly a half an hour non-stop. Great work. So planks, I want you to take your feet out wide and then bring your arms in narrow. And all we're going to do is bring our hand in, extend to look up, hand bend, and then lower it down, and then change sides. Hand in, extend, hand in. So you've got a bit of a rotation going with your hips, but it's not a complete rotation. Okay? So limit it. Of course, you could turn and be really opening out to one side, but that's not the point of this exercise, so try not to do that. My hair's annoying, it's coming all over my face. All right, stop it there. Let's bring our legs in and we're going to just lower down gently onto our elbows. And then all you're going to do is touch your opposite shoulders. And then other side. Just like that. Just 2 more. Told you not many planks tonight, so come on down. Hey, great job. So we're going to get into some back exercises, and your arms are not going to be doing anything weight bearing, but they are also going to be incorporated into each exercise that we do. So just to start, you won't use your arms, and you can have your forehead or your chin touching down. We're going to go for some nice claps with our legs. The legs don't stop. Make sure you've got your legs up past your knees, okay? That doesn't stop. Those of you who have done body balance, who've done these exercises with the arms, and they come in, you inhale to keep them straight, and then you circle behind, and then you hold when you get there to inhale, and then you circle, come forward. Hold breath in, circle around. Hold breath in, and then circle forward. Hold breath in, and then circle. I was reading this article, one of the reasons why Donald Trump doesn't want to lose the election, even though he has lost the election, is because all the lawsuits against him. So he doesn't have that. He doesn't want to use the money, which he could use the election campaign money and all the rest to help him there, and he can't use the money. But that being said, he can pardon himself of anything that's brought up against him. Not everything, I believe, but many of the lawsuits against him. I'll keep it going, exhaling to circle around. And just stop here, reach back, hold it, and let's go for a quick stretch. Push on back to your child's pose. We are going to continue with more back exercises. I just want to break them up with a lovely stretch because you deserve it, especially after all those challenging abs that we just completed. Come onto your tummies again. Starting, of course, without the arms. So legs are lifted. We were just doing fast claps. Now we're just going to go open slow and then come close slow. So inhale, open slow. When we do incorporate the arms, they will do exactly the same thing. It's amazing to think that just last week in the morning we were using heating, and then today, aircon. It's so typically Melbourne, isn't it? Just wanted to cool down upstairs. When I go up, I'll switch it off. I just turned them on before I came down because otherwise the girls will have a shower and then they'll come out and they'll sweat all up again. So listen, open the arms and then close. And you can still do this with the forehead touching down. Really, it's still doable. Inhale, open, control it. Just 4 more and then we'll have a stretch before we go into our next one. So bring it on in, push on back to child's pose, so toes together, knees apart. In this one, we won't be putting any exercise into it. It's just opening slow, but then closing fast with a double clap. Then we're going to do some back exercises on all fours. And that will have no real weight on one side in terms of the arm work. We'll have both arms down the whole time, and it will just be the lower back working more, like this one now. Tap, tap, open. Tap, tap, open. Lift the legs up past the knees, yeah? Tap, tap, open. 4 more. And that's it. Come up onto all fours. So we're going to be using just the one leg. If you feel like you need to have your mat folded at your knee a little bit more, then please, by all means, do that. So just one leg away. Doesn't matter which one. You're going to lift up and take it to the side, then lift up and bring it back. Keep that going. And see how you're evenly weighted in both arms? You shouldn't be feeling like this is too much pressure for your arms. sort of angled myself a bit so that my neck is not hurting looking at the side. So if I look like my body's in an awkward position, it's not. It just looks from the screen. So when this one gets back to the center, now you're going to take it down and around and then back up. So it's like basically completing that semicircle that we were doing, but now it's the bottom half. I sworn there was an insect. Oh, there it is. I have to get it out. Look how it disappears so quick. It's because it went under my mat. Last one, I'm going to switch sides and do the semicircle going up first, yeah? Bring it on in, take the other leg away, pointed toe, up and out. Let's readjust your arms just so that you're feeling nice and even. I don't want you to be putting one hand more weighted than the other. Sorry, I'm watching that insect go on its journey. I got distracted. Where were we? All right, so we're going to take the leg down and up. And then bring it back in and continue. I think it's one of those ants that have wings and it's landed and it's going to drop its wings and then just become a normal ant. I don't know if that's what they do. I'm going to take it outside shortly when I finish this class, if I can still find it, but I'm definitely keeping a keen eye on it. Because I don't want any ants in my house. Last time they were threatening to become a problem, but they didn't. I did spray, I definitely used spray last year. It looks like it's trying to take off and fly. Just to do 2 more, and then we will have a stretch. Then we're going to come up and do those 3 different tree poses again, as well as our lockdown stretch, balance. So bring the toes together, knees apart, sit on back, well-deserved balance there. Really strong exercises, team. Really caned the abs, and then we gave a really nice complementary back session to make everything nice and even. So take your time getting up, have a drink of water. I know you can feel dizzy once you get up quickly, so please take your time. You're at home, so do what you feel comfortable. There it is. Right, so we're going to actually start with a lockdown balance and then we'll get into those 3 trees. So take your left arm out, right leg out to the side, and then when you're ready, pick up your foot and take that leg out. It's disappeared. Oh no, I see it. All right, bring it on in, lower it down. I just don't want to step on it. That's what I'm like trying to keep an eye on it so that I don't accidentally kill it. So take your foot and then shift out to the side again. I swept my floor before the class, so there's nothing in here for it. Four more breaths. Okay, bring it on in, lower it down, and now we're going to get into those variations of the tree before we get into our normal one. So if you're on a soft mat, maybe get off it because this first one particularly is quite challenging. You're in a V and you're going to lift up off your heel. That being said, it's challenging, but we've worked our core really strongly So it must feel more doable than it did at the start. Don't look at anything that's moving. So that's note to self. Don't look at that ant. And bring it on down. Bring the arms down. It is more doable. That's the instant beauty of Pilates, is that we get better straight away. Arms in that V. Come on up. We do that. The arms came down, the heel didn't. 4 more. Bring the arms down. So let's get into that leaning out one. So we've got our right foot in. Hands narrow but not touching. And then tip yourselves over, and you should find that you can even go further now. Little ant, don't die on me. I think it looks like it wants to get rid of those wings. It can't fly anymore. I think the wings are just dragging it down. 4 more. Bring it up. Bring the arms down. Yesterday on the way back from school pickup, we walk obviously. We live so close thankfully. And there was this butterfly, and it was going towards the road. Let's tip the other way. And I was like, can you go and save it? And I'm like, of course I can. And there was all these cars coming, but they were in sort of the middle lane, and the butterfly was in the closer lane. So there I am getting on the bloody main road, trying to save this butterfly. But it was sort of flying, but it looked like it was on its last leg. But we did manage to get it off the road, but I don't think that it wanted to stay off the road. It kept trying to fly into the traffic. Anyway, I don't think it survived. 2 more breaths. Come on up, bring the arms down, and we'll just get into our normal tree. And then we're going to get into some lovely breaths and some lovely neck stretches. So dig the heel in, hands to heart, third eye, or we lift. Eye gaze if you can. Let's take it on up. Separate the toes. And again, looking up how easy it feels now in comparison to before. So let's just gently bring those arms down, and we'll switch to the other leg. I mean, this tree feels easy in comparison to the leaning one, to the one with the heel lifted. It's a nice, this feels like home. This tree pose, we always do it. We always do it twice. Looking up, 10. I think Ramiro's going to be starting footy tonight again. So we'll be tag teaming. Tuesday seems to be quite a tag team day with the kids. Now that we're all back to work, it's like, where'd the time go? It's like that, isn't it? So let's just do I think we'll do our shoulder neck stuff first, and then we'll do our nice deep breathing. So just do some shoulder rolls around. Taking them back. Where are you at? Where have you gone? I'm sure I'll see it soon. Now shoulders roll forward. And when you do the roll back again now, it's going to feel like you can go back even larger and further. It's really nice. Ah, there you are. I'm a bit obsessed. Like I said, I don't want to stand on it. Let's take our legs out wide for these lovely breaths. So we're going to inhale, come up, exhale, let it down. Now turn to your right as you let it go. Coming up, and then back to the center. And then to the left, go down. Come up, come down to the center. Knees are outward tracking, yeah, to the right. then to the center, and then to the left. We're going to just do one more time each way, breaking that up with the center ones, of course. To the left. And this next one, go down and hold down. And then bring your hands under your thighs. And just give yourselves a bit of a twist for your spine here. Bit of an aerobics class stretch we're doing. I was thinking one day of doing an aerobics class, but the music when I did that pink special, let's go to the other side, didn't really work. So you could either hear me or the music, not both. So it wouldn't work during an aerobics class because you need the music to hear the cueing and then be on count and beat and what have you. No. So bring yourselves heel to toe back in. I'm going to come up, not stand on any ant in the process, and bid you farewell. If you're going to write something to me, I'm not going to get off for a few more seconds. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And yes, I will be back on tomorrow night, and then I will be on 9 a.m. Friday. Okay, so yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye. All right, no one's writing anything. I'm going off now.